So before we go into it, I would like to show you something. So if I pick the second one here and I want to see the temperature outside the device and I press OK, it's gonna think for a while. We'll see the actual data. As you can see, it seems as if all the data is on the first room. So how do I actually access the other rooms? Well, let me show you something else. We'll take this API or link and we'll open it in a new tab and we'll set it in and we'll let it think for a while. And while it's thinking, so basically here we can only see the data. I think it's 100 data if I remember correctly. So basically it's all the first room and it's 2023 and it's the 8th of November. But if I open it, you can see I get all the data here. And I can just roll down and I'll get the dates are going to get higher or higher, getting closer to the actual date of today, which for me on this time of recording is the 31st of May. But at some point, you'll notice there's a lot of data. I mean, like really much data. And if I just skip down somewhere in the middle, you'll notice that now we have another name, another thing name, which basically is another room. So to sum it up, this data, this API key actually contains the temperature data for all of the sensors, all of the things, or so-called, which means that there are 8 different names in here, 4 from Norway and 4 from Spain. So how do we handle this in Power BI? Because we need to kind of filter out these data so we can actually show one room at a time. So we do not see. I mean, we cannot get data from one sensor in Spain and another one from Norway to actually get intertangled with each other. But luckily, there's a way to solve this in Power BI. So we're back in Power BI. You can see that I have saved my file as a digital twin template. I have the data here, and there are actually 2 ways of solving this filtering thing. And the one of them is here in data view. Basically, it just is filtering out the data you don't need. The other way, which I'm going to use, is the transformation of data in Power Query. So if I press my right button on this data, and it has to be like the data source, not like the different columns, and I press Edit Query, and it will jump into our Power Query. So when the Power Query is open, you can pick your data, and in here you can actually sort or filter out some data. And as initial, you can only see select all or select this one. And that's basically because there's so much data that as a standard, or you should, the Power Query won't show them all. So if you press this button called Load More and you wait for a while, you'll actually get all of the sensors. So if from here you can just pick the room that you're gonna use, and basically for these videos I will use DSN Digilab 0.1, and that will be for all the different sources, sensors. So it's making sure that it's from the same unit, same thing, same monitor, so to say, and it is locally placed or placed into the room at the same place. Yes, so I just press OK, and our data list is going to be much shorter and a bit faster. So notice that now, after I have filtered the data here in Power Query, you can see I've applied another step. It's called filtering rows. And this is quite important because when we're finished building up this template or this visualization for this room, we can go back and actually change this step and go back to this step and pick another room. And that's the only thing we need to do in order to show these visualizations that we're building this intelligent, you could say, intelligent supported decision supporting system. We just have to change the name so we can find this step, and we'll call it picking room. Since all these different things, different monitors are in different rooms, I'll just call this picking room. And this is an important step. I'll just call it step one, just to make sure that later on, when we have a lot of different steps, because we will have that, we can always go back to the step and change the room that we're going to work on. So all the other steps that are applied after that will then be applied for the new room. So the reason why I like Power Query so much is that this is gonna, so every time we update the data and we refresh the review, refresh the data from the server, this is going to filter out. This step is gonna make sure that we only look at the room called Digilab or DSN Digilab 01. So we press apply, and now we should have applied this filter for the data coming into Power BI. It's quite difficult to see from here, but if we go to data view and we have picked our source here from the temperature outside the device, you'll notice that now we only can choose between, basically there's only one kind of room. It is only the Digilab 0.1 available. Whereas before, if you look that up, uh, all of the rooms would be available. So that's kind of neat. So that's the process of how you filter out, or you could also use another word, pick out one monitor when you have all of them saved at the same JSON file, same source from, in this case, the service from NTNU in Norway. That was it.